Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a foundation wear test first impression video. I feel like it's been forever since I've done one of these videos, but I'm very excited because whether I do it on camera or off, I'm literally always testing out new foundations. One of my favorite things to do. So that's what we're doing today. The foundation I'm going to be testing out today is from UOMA Beauty, and it's a fairly new brand. They launched with 51 foundation shades, which is super exciting. They also have eyeshadows and lipsticks. They have a concealer, and I actually did pick up a concealer I'm going to test out as well. But this is the Say What Weightless Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation. That makes me excited. Weightless, soft matte, and hydrating. The cool thing about this foundation when I was trying to pick my shade online is it's not just like light, medium, beige, neutral, light beige, whatever. It's in categories. So you have like the fair skin category, but you have different tones. You have like neutral, you have more warm, you have more cool. The shade I got is White Pearl T2N, and White Pearl kind of scares me a little bit. It's actually kind of hard getting my shade because I had no idea. And when I was ordering this, there really wasn't a lot of videos of people with my skin tone reviewing this. So I kind of just had to guess pretty much, and I think I did a decent job. I really hope it's not too fair. We're gonna find out, but I really do like that there is different kind of tonage. I also really like that they cater to like an olive skin tone. I personally do have olive in my skin, and it's really hard finding foundation matches. I feel like everything's either too like pinky cool on me, or like it just turns like way too orange. So having those options of like the different tones I think is really, really nice. However, I really do wish I could find this in store because it's really hard to try to find your shade online. But with all of that said, I think I'm ready to finally put the foundation to the test. I feel like we've been talking for a while. I totally forgot to talk about the concealer really quick. So this is the Stay Woke Brightening Concealer. I got this in the shade White Pearl T1. This is the lightest concealer shade that they do have. So this is a creamy, smooth textured, full coverage, thin, skin-like finish. It's long-lasting, formulated without parabens, talcs, or D5, fragrance-free, vegan, and cruelty-free. That sounds amazing. I like the fact that it's a full coverage but very thin skin-like finish. So I'm really curious to see how this applies. So now we can move on to actually demoing the foundation. The only thing I have on my skin at the moment is the Farsali Liquid Glass. This adds just like a teensy bit of hydration to the skin, but I applied it like 30-40 minutes ago, so my skin just feels like skin. I'm not gonna wear a primer with this foundation, but I did prep it with that. Also, as you can see, I have a beautiful fresh burn on my forehead, so that's perfect. I'm gonna do one side of my face with a sponge and the other with a brush. I'm gonna start with the sponge. This is from Flower Beauty, and I'm just going to pump a little bit. Ooh, is this too light? Let's just go for it. I would say right now it's a little fair for me. I would probably like to go a little bit darker. I wouldn't say it has like a scent. It kind of just smells like a foundation, but it's like not too strong or chemically. So just from like this first little application, coverage is pretty medium. I still see some like scars peeking through, some of my blemishes, but it looks really pretty. Like you wouldn't know that I have foundation on, but I am definitely gonna go and build this up a little bit. But I feel like my sponge like soaked up a lot of the product because a little really didn't go a long way. I'm gonna add a little bit more, take some on my forehead as well. Yeah, this is a little bit fair. I'm gonna look ghostly after this. We're definitely gonna have to warm up the skin, but just basing it off of how it looks on my skin, I want to say it looks really pretty. Like it doesn't look super makeup-y, cakey, it doesn't look dry. It really does look like a soft matte, and my pores look really good. It's not emphasizing anything, it's not clinging anywhere. It just looks really, really pretty and natural. I just wish it was a little bit darker. So before I go in with the foundation on this side of my face, I'm actually gonna take the concealer and apply that on my bare skin just to see how it like blends and looks. And then of course we're gonna see how it looks on top of the foundation. So once again, I'm using the shade White Pearl T1, which is the lightest concealer shade. Oh my god, it has like a little chunky doe foot applicator. That's adorable. It has absolutely no smell. So I'm gonna take, ooh, it does feel like really thick. So I'm not gonna take too much. I think that's enough. I'm just gonna use my sponge and just kind of get this all around my eye. So that is the concealer all blended out. I think the shade is really nice for like concealer. It's like a nice brightening concealer shade. It's a really thick formula. Like when you apply it, you could feel like dang, that's thick. But once you blend it out, it's It's just really creamy and blends really easily. It doesn't look heavy. It doesn't look overly like dewy. It actually kind of sets down, so it doesn't even feel dewy at all. And it looks really pretty. I want to say it's like a nice full medium with a sponge. I feel like you could probably get more coverage. I could see like a teeny bit of darkness still peeking through, but that's just me not getting enough water. But yeah, I do like the way the concealer looks. I think it actually looks really pretty. I literally have no clean foundation brushes, so I'm taking this on the Smashbox stippling foundation brush. Hopefully this works out. But I'm just going to, oh my gosh. Oh, with the brush, this is so much more foundation to work with. I feel like the sponge just kind of like soaks most of it. Now I don't know what to do with all this foundation. This was a lot. Of course, my burn is not going to get covered up, so we're going to ignore that right now. It's actually not too bad with the brush. It dries down pretty quickly, so it doesn't feel like super wet, like too much foundation anymore. I still feel like I put too much, but it blended out really nicely. Right off the bat, I can tell that the brush side just looks a little heavier. Like it looks like makeup a little bit more. Even though the sponge gives me a little bit less coverage, I can build it, but still get a really beautiful natural look. Like I like how it applies with the sponge much more. With that said, I'm gonna go ahead and apply the concealer to this eye because I look really funny right now. So I'm gonna take a small amount. This is a really interesting formula. It feels like it's gonna be like super thick and hydrating and like crease and look greasy. You could probably get away with not really setting your foundation if you wanted to, but I'm going to because that is what I do. I'm kind of curious to see how the concealer blends out with a brush. You know what? I actually really like this concealer blended out with a brush instead of a sponge. It's just a lot more full coverage and more brightening. Like you can tell the difference on my under eyes. I literally never blend out my under eye with the brush, so this is like interesting. But yeah, it's like the opposite. Like I like the foundation with a sponge and I like the concealer with a brush. I am just going to even up the under eyes a little bit, so I'm going to use a brush on this side as well. I'm going to do a little bit of spot concealing. I'm going to use my brush for that because I feel like this is giving this concealer so much more coverage and it actually looks so pretty. Besides looking like a vampire, I think the foundation looks really, really pretty. It looks very skin-like. It's not cakey, it's not dry, it's not too dewy. It's not creasing or clinging anywhere. It looks super pretty. Like I am very happy with the way it looks. Of course, I'm gonna go ahead and set it because that is what I do. I would normally go in with a little bit of like cream bronzer, like cream contour, just to warm up my skin, but I think I'll just do that with like powder bronzer because I don't want to do anything else to the foundation. I don't want to judge anything, so I'm just gonna set my skin with my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder and I will be right back. Face is set with the powder and honestly it still looks really pretty. Like it looks beautiful on the skin. It is not cakey or dry looking. Of course with powder it's just a little bit more matte looking than of course without powder, but other than that it still looks gorgeous. I am really into this. I have never wanted to put bronzer on so badly than I do right now. I feel like I just look so pale. So I'm gonna go ahead and do like my bronzer, blush, and highlighter, and I will be right back. I'm back with my bronzer, blush, and highlight, and I feel so much better. So I had no issues blending any of those products onto my skin. Like it didn't do anything weird with the foundation. Really, really pretty, no patchiness. So really quickly, I'll tell you guys what I used on my cheeks. So for my bronzer, I used the Morphe Glamour Bronze in the shade Icon. Just a really nice matte warm shade because I definitely feel like I needed that warmth in my skin. For my blush, this has kind of been my favorite go-to blush lately. It's from Lime Crime. It's a software blush in Gigabyte BB. It's actually a cream to powder blush, but it goes, I don't know how to explain, like it's really interesting. It's so pretty. I've been really loving this a lot. And for this beautiful highlighter, I actually bought a new highlight with this foundation from Ulta. This is the Bare Minerals highlighter in the shade Free, and it is so beautiful. It's this gorgeous like champagne-y golden shade and it's blinding and so pretty. So I'm really happy about that. I absolutely love my skin so much right now. I will definitely do a close-up, but I think I'm going to end it here for now. It is about 3:40 p.m. Quite a late start to a foundation wear test, but I'm gonna try to wear this foundation for as long as I possibly can. As of right now, I think it looks absolutely beautiful. I'm very happy. I have high hopes for this. I definitely feel like I need to pick up like a slightly darker shade. I am gonna film another video doing an eye tutorial. That's why I haven't done my eye makeup. So I'm gonna go film that, and I will be back to kind of do like some mid check-ins, and then at the end of the night. So I'll see you guys later. I'm back from my last check-in. It is 12:16 a.m. I'm pretty exhausted. I'm ready to wash my makeup off, but before we do, of course, I have to let you guys know how it wore. How do I feel about it? Also, I've discovered some stuff about this foundation that I was not aware of before. I think we should start off with how we look overall after, I think, 8 hours, if I'm not mistaken. So let me assess the situation. Overall, my skin looks really good. Like, it looks so pretty. I've actually been noticing in the mirror like all day how beautiful it looks. My fiance said it looked really pretty too, so that's a good sign because he's very honest about my foundations, sometimes to a fault. I've definitely gotten a little bit shinier. I don't have very oily skin. I'm pretty normal, but I have developed a little bit of shine that really does not bother me at all. It actually looks really pretty because my makeup is still not breaking up, so it's still intact. My pores are non-existent, which is crazy. It looks so good. Now, if I'm gonna like nitpick and like really kind of like critique it, I would say that it is just a little bit breaking up, just like right in this nostril area. I did eat some spicy food, so, you know, that could have been from that. But other than that, honestly, coverage is still there. And I am so shocked. I have no creasing in between my brows. Like my frown lines, there's no creasing, and there's always creasing because I'm always frowning. I've been cleaning the house. I've been doing laundry and cooking and doing a lot of stuff where, you know, I'm always in concentration mode like this. And I am so shocked that there's no creasing. I have no smile lines either. Maybe the tiniest one here, like not even noticeable to anyone but me. Also, when I was doing my eye look, I did get a little bit of fallout. Besides like those little blue marks underneath my eyes, this concealer, amazing. You know, we always say there's no such thing as no creases underneath the eyes because we all crease, right? I have no creases under my eyes. Like if I pull my under eye down, there are no creases. It looks super smooth. Like it looks really pretty. I don't think I have anything negative to say about this foundation at all. Even the concealer, like they're both fantastic. I love it. It's beautiful. I'm really, really happy right now. The only thing I need to do is just get a different shade because this was just a little bit too fair for me at the moment. But that kind of brings me to something that I didn't really realize about this foundation, and I thought I would let you guys know because I was doing some research. This foundation, like we mentioned, has 51 different shades, and there are different categories in shades. So White Pearl, the one that I have, is like the lightest grouping, and then one up from that is Fair Lady. So in the White Pearl section, there's a bunch of different names like T1, T1W or C or anything like that because of the different undertones. Now what I didn't realize was every time you kind of like move up in the categories, there's also 6 different formulas. For example, for White Pearl, the purple cap that I have, it's formulated for pale skin. So the most common concern with this skin type is hypersensitivity and redness. So it has different types of ingredients in it to kind of help with that. So then you move up to Fair Lady, and this has a blue cap to it. So it's formulated for fair skin, and the most common skin concern is premature aging and dry combination skin types. So it has a few different ingredients as well. I won't go through every single one. You guys can go on Ulta and read and check it out because there's a lot of information. But then one more going up, we have Honey Honey, and this has a pink cap to it. So this is going to be formulated for olive skin, and it says that it's kind of for more combination oily and premature aging. So there's just kind of different stuff about it, and I didn't realize that going into this. So the foundation that I'm thinking of picking up is actually going to be in the Fair Lady category. I'm gonna go up a category, and hopefully it performs the same way, because if it's gonna have like different elements to it. So I'm really interested to see what happens. So I don't know, like I thought I would just mention that really quickly because I had no idea. I honestly feel like I explained that in the absolute worst and most confusing way, so I am so sorry. I hope you guys got the point. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. I'm really happy. I really like this foundation a lot, and I'm really interested to see what the next shade up, well, I gotta order it, so hopefully that matches me too. But yeah, let me know if you guys have tried this foundation. What do you think? What shade are you? I'm just really curious. I haven't seen too many videos on this yet, so we shall see. As usual, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, mesijesibeauty, Instagram, MAKEUPBYJESI, and if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do so before you go. I'd appreciate it so very much. And also hit that little bell so you are notified every time I post a new video. With all of that said, I am tired. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!